Alright, today we're gonna be playing No Case Should Remain Unsolved. I heard some pretty good things about this, and it's like similar in mystery elements, from the other games, so, let's just hop right in. Instantly the music. That's a good sign. I realized I was a jellyfish. I spent the past 70 years simply drifting through life with no heading in particular, blindly stinging everyone I encountered. Can you see it too? The people I tried to embrace, I only ended up hurting. Everywhere I went, I left nothing but ruin. So that's it. That's what I am. A jellyfish floating across the sea. I don't even remember why I once became a police detective. Look over there at that family, weeping for their lost child. Have I ever done anything to wipe away their tears? A police station is a crucible of pain and grief. So why did I choose to enter that institution? Why did I think I could somehow offer people solace and hope? Maybe I was simply being selfish. Maybe I became a detective just so I could belong somewhere. Ah, I should stop now. I should stop wandering with nothing but regret on my lips. That's it. That's it then. The first good thing I'll ever have done for anyone. Everyone, I'm sorry for everything. Madame. Oh, I guess this is Madame. Ms. John. Oh God. If I butchered this, I'm sorry. Ms. John Gyong. John Gyong. Who are you? Seowon's ghost? Remember that little girl? Choi So-won? Choi So-won? So-won? The girl who went missing? That's right, ma'am. Do you know what happened to that girl you brought back? Thanks to you, her family found peace. Do their lives look ruined to you? The doctor says my mind is like an old library without an index. I'm sorry, but I have no idea who you are. I see you're in uniform, so you couldn't be Seowon's ghost. From the way you bring up my forgotten failure, I can only assume you're here to deliver judgment. The adjudicator. Wow. Ma'am, I'm not here to judge you. I only want to tell you about the life you lived. Your Honor, you already know what happened. I never brought Seowon home. The case ended the way her father, Choi Dong-gyong, wanted. She disappeared forever. Completely out of her mother's reach. What? Leave the case unsolved? We can't do that, sir? Oh, this is an interesting UI. This is Seowon's father. You mean you've already filed a missing persons case? Seowon's officially registered as a missing person then? Then please, that's good enough. Detective, I'm begging you. Please don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Let her just live life somewhere. Just say that she went out to the playground like she always did and vanished. That's all? A perfect crime with no witnesses, no suspects? So please, leave this case unsolved. I'll do anything, please. I beg of you. He wants the daughter to be missing? So that's how you remember it. This was the last case I took before I resigned from the missing persons team. See how relieved I looked after what Choi Dong-gyung said? That man knew. If we wanted to close the case and move on, we needed a good excuse. That my refusal was only customary, a front to cover up my cowardice. Ma'am, history is that certainty produced at the point where the imperfections of memory meet the inadequacies of documentation. History is that certainty produced at the point where the imperfections of memory meet the inadequacies of documentation. Wow. What do you mean? It means you just don't get it. Can you remember the beginning and the end of the case? Now let me help you weave together the threads connecting the start to the finish. I think Seo-won's mother called me to report the girl missing. Yes, I remember now. She said Seo-won disappeared from the playground. Okay. This is Seo-won's mother. The name is redacted. Calm down, ma'am. Who am I speaking to again? Detective, Jeon-gyung, yes? Do you remember me? You came to check on Seo-won the other day? I asked you not to ring the doorbell. Please tell me you remember. Detective, I'm scared. Please hurry. She's gone. Seo-won is gone. She was just at the playground. When did you last see her at the playground? Oh, I should start reading these tags. Time and gone alone. When did you last see her at the playground? Exactly 3:33 in the afternoon. Detective, she disappeared 3 hours ago. We've looked everywhere. A 7-year-old girl could have gone alone. What do we do now? I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that's come to mind. That comes to mind. How am I gonna do this? We can be really small. You're turning yourself in? Ex-English teacher. Yes, I would like to surrender to the police. I am responsible. A little girl went missing from the playground, didn't she, 3 days ago? She was with me. I took her away. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I did it because I needed the money? I'm sorry. What do you mean it's all your responsibility? The tag is death. Detective, the truth is, she's dead. Seo-won is dead. She's been dead all this time. Your Honor, that's all I remember about the case. Now I understand why you've come to me, here at the final crossroads, why you want me to remember the beginning and the end. You're the gatekeeper of time and space. Oh my god, she's Janice. I had put it completely out of my mind. I forget, I think that's Roman. It's either Greek or Roman. I always get the two confused. I had put it completely out of my mind. Was I trying to forget those memories because I felt guilty? The man who took her turned himself in, but I pretended it never happened. And the girl, she was already dead, but I pretended not to know. I'm sorry. Someone like me doesn't deserve peace. Ma'am, it's alright. Don't be afraid. I don't care what you want to call me, but you have to know that this isn't the end of the road. You're not bound for hell or purgatory. Imagine this is just a regular cop and is just doing a wellness check and she has no idea what the fuck is going on. Now think back. Seo-won disappeared from the playground, right? Try to recall everything you can about the location. This is our past self. Is it not? Is this our conscience? Is this not it? Is that not who this person is? I'm sure our hair has grayed since then. This has to be our past self. I can see more fragments now. I see them. But they're so faint, like scars faded with age. No, you're doing great. Once you've brought up the fragments, try connecting them together. Build a chain of recollections. Even a dried out ravine can be a river again when the waters return. Whoa, okay, so what is this? Oh, it's a tag, okay. Wait, so we're kind of like, wait. Is this a linear story, or is there like... Are there options? So I'm assuming we're gonna go investigate the playground. It's alright again. Was there anything unusual about someone's activity today? Kindergarten, playground, stationery store, candy. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it, okay? Playground. Did you see any suspicious individuals when you went to pick up Siwon or anything out of the ordinary? Gone alone phone call. Playground. It's exactly as my daughter said. I was so sure Siwon would be at the playground, but when I got there, I didn't see her. So I assumed my daughter took her along. Then my daughter came downstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, no, no. Detective, I think you might be making a mountain out of a molehill. I don't know if my daughter told you, but Siwon goes alone to places all the time. My daughter worries easily, but mark my words, the girl always wanders back in time for dinner. Please don't worry about it. I'll have a stern word with my daughter. Honestly, I can't believe she's gone and called you. Alright again, was there anything unusual about someone's activity today? It's alright again, was there anything unusual? No, it was all business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays and we go to the playground on weekends as a family. We have 2 playgrounds in the condo complex. Normally we alternate between them. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible, so Hyejong has to take the kids on her own. Wait, recently they've only been going to that one playground. Hyejong said the kids asked to go there today too. If only they'd gone to the other playground. On the way back, they sometimes drop by the stationery store near the complex entrance. The place is called Apollo. Oh, there's a lot of Greco-Roman themed names. On top of the obviously Korean names as well. Seolwon loves getting candy there. The playground like she always did and vanished. Okay. No, you don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it, okay? See, if you can remember someone you didn't usually see at the playground, I heard you were all together there. Seongwon, your mother, and you too. Myungho. Yeah? We were all together? Think back to the testimonies about the playground. Who do you think those people were? People? The testimonies were all from one person. Weren't they? Ma'am, life is a bit like a jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? Jigsaw puzzle master. Oh, jeez. What? This is the gameplay? We have to decipher who these people are? Two playgrounds in a condo. They gone to the other playground? Is this the dad? Change order. Your memories are scrambled and misaligned, but each fragment, each moment connects with another. Look at the connections closely and you'll figure out where the pieces belong. Who said these things and in what order? And then what? What does that change? Who knows, maybe if you connect enough pieces, you might discover a key. A key that unlocks the face of the person putting the puzzle back together. What in the world? This is crazy. Am I smart enough to play this game? Goes alone. Does someone have any favorite places near the playground somewhere she might have wandered off to on her own? Okay, so wait, can I change all of these people's? Every conversation? Favorite place somewhere she might have wandered off to. Oh, okay. Somewhere she might have wandered off to on her own. Wandered off? She didn't stroll away somewhere she's been kidnapped? All possibilities are on the table as if. Get off your chair and do something? We're running out of time here. Mobilize the force, get those cruisers on the street, anything. TikTok detective, who knows what they're doing to her? And you're sitting here asking where she's gone on her own? Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry, detective. I know you're doing everything you can. This sounds like the mom because the dad doesn't want the child to be... He's like given up. Or is this like an assumption that this happened in the beginning? Maybe the dad was super gung-ho and later on just gave up? I have no idea. Has anyone ever wandered off alone before? Oh, what? Oh, this one. Has someone ever wandered off alone before? IV bags. Is that really possible? Detective, I think it might be my fault she's gone. I was in the hospital for a long time after I had Xiaowon. I couldn't care for her because I was bedridden. But since we both spent so much time looking up at the hospital ceiling, I thought I might be able to understand her better? Now though I'm not so sure. Do you think she resents me? Is that why she won't call me mom? Is that why she's always so hard to find? I have to scour all the playgrounds to find her? Playgrounds? I can't think of any more connected memories. Okay. Okay, well, first of all, I'm really intimidated by the structure of how this game is, like the gameplay. I don't know if it's a loop, a gameplay loop, because I don't know if I'm smart enough. This is a lot of information. She's dead. How does Myung-ho feel? What is this? I have to open the lock. Connect this conversation with like a birthday? What is this? Another log. Okay. Okay. How does Myung-ho feel? It must have been a big change for him. Your station searched the park in the neighborhood, right, detective? The one with the pond. The weeping willow trees by the water, they're lonely to look at. I took a stroll there last year with Myung-ho and Hyejiang, and the trees remind me of Myung-ho. He looks like he's at the mercy of the world sometimes, but the truth is, he's the most unyielding boy you'll meet. For children and adults too, I suppose. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapse. Rebuilding from those ruins was a time-consuming journey. But I think Myung-ho's managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you noticed, but there's something he always carries around, never leaves home without it. None of the fragments unlocked so far contain the clue I need. The day Seong-won disappeared. Okay. I see, and then you can change the dates. Okay. We don't even know the mother's name. Okay, we can assume, wait. Cause there's some names that we haven't like assigned. Myung-ho is someone's child, right? Like there's another sibling, is there not? Because when my daughter worries easily but marks my word, the girl is alone. Where's the one where this feels like really early on? I know I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all I can come to mind. Okay, let's just do the tags, and then we can try figuring out all the other things later. Can you tell me anything about Xiaowon's life at kindergarten? I've already explained everything to the other officer on the phone, detective. Is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight in the middle of a condo complex? I heard her mother and brother were... Okay, so the brother I think is like... is Myung-ho, is it not? I heard her mother and brother were with her, they didn't see anything. I don't know if this will help, but well, you asked me to tell you anything, so I guess I will. Xiaowon is always optimistic and cheerful. She started at Eden. A Christian theme name? No? Last year, and I was surprised that she never shied away from any of us teachers. At first, I just took her for a friendly child, and I realized that her brother came to pick her up instead of her mother, but she never asked where her mother was. No, not that that's a problem, not at all. But, well, how should I put this? I suppose I've never seen her cry or get angry or even frown. So I always feel like I want to keep a closer eye on her, make sure she's okay. She's going to need a lot of attention and guidance. She's so cheerful and bright, but in a strangely fragile way. Does that make sense? It's kind of creepy. I mean, I think this was the English teacher, right? Oh my god, okay. This is such a... What? This game is gonna drive me crazy. Okay. Let me... What is this? Kindergarten. What? How do I get this? Try this one. Okay. Let's go here. At the kindergarten teacher's testimony, I am so grateful to her. I had no idea that she was keeping such a close eye on Xiaowon. There's something Xiaowon always says to me. Mommy's the saddest person in the world? She never says that when her father is around, of course, but I think I understand what she means now. Xiaowon genuinely thinks that way she couldn't handle it otherwise. But she refuses to cry? Because then that makes her the saddest person instead of her mom. She couldn't handle it if she were the saddest person in the world, getting pity from everyone. That's probably how she sees it all. She's still so young. Children who are forced to grow up fast end up with better control of their emotions. Yeah, also repressed, like, everything. So much fucking repression of your emotion. That's not healthy. And that breaks my heart. It does. That's, yeah. Kindergarten teachers tell me there's something someone always says to me. Mommy says to me. So this is the mom. That's the mom. The dad is in the wheelchair, right? So maybe he's the one that's saying this because he's in the hospital? Is there one? Is there a special meaning to someone's name? Okay, I don't know how that's relevant to the case, but okay. Someone was born at 23 weeks. She weighed less than 700 grams. Oh my god. Her mother had just come out of the C-section and was about to be transferred to the ICU with the baby, but the nurse called for me. It was only for a few seconds, but she let me see Xiangwan. Xiangwan reminded me of Thumbelina, a fragile, precious little princess nestled in a bright red flower. She was so light, I could barely feel her in my arms. I was scared she might float away if I so much as breathed in her direction. The nurse told me to have a look, but I didn't know how. I could barely see through my tears. Oh, I couldn't even get a proper look at my precious baby girl. And then the first thing I did after that confusing meeting, I registered her birth. I sprinted straight from the hospital to the city hall registration desk. I didn't stop to catch my breath. Then I wrote down her name, Xiao Wang. That's Xiao for rhinoceros and Wang from origin. It's an unusual name, I know. At the time, I was thinking of the old saying about marching forward like the lone horn of the rhino. I thought of that strength. I put all my weight into each stroke of the pen, every last one, hoping that the fragile piece of paper might help her somehow. That it might help root her to life. Like a powerful anchor that kept her moored to us. Stay on the phone. Alright. I'm assuming this is going to be the mother because she's the one that's who called in very frantic. Stay in the line, I'm on my way. Could you tell me what happened? I got a call from my mother. Xiangwan's grandmother. Okay, so it's the mom. She said, I'm at the store outside the condo complex and security called saying the fire alarm was going off in the house. A security guard went over to my mother's house to check, but he couldn't open the door, so she asked me to go and open it for her. I chewed her out. She knew I couldn't bring Xiangwan somewhere so dangerous. I told her to go herself. She was so stubborn. My mother, okay, I'm at the store outside the condo complex. Security call saying that a fire alarm was going off in the house. Security guard went over to my mother's house to check, but couldn't open the door, so she asked me to go to open it for her. I chewed her out. She knew I couldn't bring Xiangwan somewhere so dangerous. Told her to go herself. She was so stubborn. Mom said she could get to the playground and pick up Xiangwan faster than she could get home, so I should rush over to her house and make sure everything was fine at her place. That she should be there soon. Oh, that's so selfish. I realize that scrolling doesn't matter where the camera is. That's so selfish. The child is gonna be more important than any of your possessions. She said that made the most sense. She was going to wait for me with someone outside the building. I went to mom's house and the security guard was there. I opened the door for him and the place was filled with smoke. I don't know what she was cooking on the stove, but the pot was burnt black. The guard turned off the stove and opened the windows, but all I could think of was Xiaowon. How glad I was that I didn't bring her to such a dangerous place and that the fire didn't get any worse. I ran back into the elevator. It was only a few minutes. I swear I found mom waiting for me outside the building just like she promised. But when I asked her where Xiaowon was, she said, I thought you took her with... I thought you took her with you. Detective, are you here yet? Okay. This is the mother speaking. And this has to be early. This has to be later. She's calmed down and able to talk about things. Okay. Who are you on the phone with on the afternoon of February 3rd? Called. This is the grandmother, is it not? Certain word of my daughter, honestly, I can't believe she's gone and called you. Well, our office isn't exactly well staffed, so I'm the one doing most of the phone duties. Hyejung on the afternoon of the 3rd. Employees complain if we check in too often, so we don't usually do that. And there is not much to call about in the afternoon. Wait a second. Oh, I see I did call, but it wasn't for anything special. There's going to be, what was it now, a Best Caregiver Award and ceremony in a few days. So we asked if she could make it like we have more than 100 caregivers working with us, but no one wanted to show. I think that was the gist of the call. Kind of regretted calling her. I mean, she's not the type to do that kind of company spirit event. You've talked to her, right? Can't even have a nice long chat. She's always cutting calls short. Something being too busy with the kids. Has she even come into the office recently? So what's all this about? I mean, as long as she's doing her job, right? But a police visit? Really? She's not exactly a slacker. What's going on here? Is it the same day as her birthday? Is the day she disappeared? Why is there these tags? What? How? Certificate of familial relations. How do I... Do I have to go all the way back? Oh, fuck. Okay, I'm clicking too quickly. Okay. February, what was it, 3rd? February 3rd. Oh, brilliant. Okay. Certificate of family relations? The day someone's mother was discharged from giving birth? Was that the hospital stuff? And that's why she's like the saddest person in the world? Please don't look for my daughter anymore. Leave the case unresolved. Why did you turn yourself in? I see. Okay. Okay, what is this? How do you remember the time so precisely? My phone's calls history. I never leave the children alone when we're out together, but then I got a phone call. I don't usually get calls in the afternoon. I think I panicked. The first thing that came to mind was that I had to pick up somewhere quiet so I could hear. So I ducked into the condo hallway. The call history is 5 minutes long, but she disappeared in less than that. I know because I looked up partway through the conversation and she was already gone. Okay, so this is the 333 person. Yeah, so exactly. 333, disappeared 3 hours ago. So she disappeared at 6:33. Or, sorry, 3:33 and she called at 6:33? Okay, so this is the mom. Oh, I can use this to navigate. Okay, that's perfect. So this is the mom, or if it's not the mom, it's whoever, it's whoever said this. Where is it? The 333. And this has to be exactly after, right? Because that sounds like it makes sense for that order of operation of questioning. And also, I think this is later on now. When did you last see her at the playground? I think this is later on. She's a lot more calm. And this has to be after. You came to check on someone the other day. I asked you not to ring the doorbell. what is this? Hello, madam. Senior Inspector John Gyong from the Hwamyong Police Station. You be Xiao Wan's mother, correct? Just here to see Xiao Wan, if that's alright. Oh my gosh. Hear me, detective? I was expecting the delivery man. Could you please knock instead of ringing the doorbell next time? My daughter's taking a nap. She dozed off in front of the TV while I was washing the rice. I just tucked her in. Come inside, fast asleep, say. Oh, I suppose you can't really tell under that blanket. She must be tired. The poor thing. Xiao Wan and I were out and about all day yesterday. She slept in this morning too. I swear kids grow up so fast. She's gotten so much taller that barely anything fits anymore. I had to do all her shopping at once. First day of school is only a month away and there's so much to buy. Oh, I hope she wakes up soon so we can eat and get her uniform fitted. I'm sorry, detective, you might have to wait a while before she wakes up. So, what brings you here? What does bring her here? Oh my god. Seems to be the culprit behind the disappearance. Someone's father has surrendered himself to us? No, detective, you can't. Don't believe a word of what he says. I'll be at the station immediately. Everything he says is a lie. It was me. I made him do it. It's all my fault. I'll be right there, detective. Don't you listen to anything he tells you. It's all my responsibility. What if I told you that there's no need for lying now? Please don't lie to me, Myung-ho. Didn't you say that Auntie was telling the truth? It's not your fault, Myung-ho. Nobody in your family is responsible for this. What the fuck? What is... Oh my god. Wait, this is crazy. Did he haul, you said? Have you contacted Xiaowan's father? I keep calling him, but he won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary. We only meet for her birthdays. Okay, so they're separated. But this is an emergency. His own daughter is missing. Detective, I was texting him on that day you came from the police station. Xiaowan's always such a quiet girl, but she was chattering about how much happier she'd be if her father was here too. So I asked him if he'd come by and say hello, but he's heartless, that man. Okay. Oh my god. There's so much. Okay, this caregiver thing was confusing. So that's... did nothing. Brilliant. Names. Is there a special meaning to Xiaowan's name? So... Oh my god, do you really think Mr. Kim Gong-seok is the culprit? So this is the dad's name, I'm assuming. I've already found the fragments containing the clues. Search for answers. No? Oh, what? See, now you remember someone turned himself in, but you're still suspicious of Xiaowan's mother. Are you misremembering something? No, that's not it. My memories are hazy and out of order, but those were the exact conversations. Xiaowan's father clearly said, keep her completely out of her mother's reach. That's why he wanted to keep the case unsolved. And there was more testimony. Alright then, let's start by looking for reasons to suspect Xiaowan's mother. Your doubts about her will unveil more of your clouded memories, because it's absolutely true that Xiaowan's mother is the reason the girl went missing. Yes, I agree. I think a big part was also bringing the daughter to somewhere that's so dangerous is like, I don't know. To me, I would just never leave like a child unattended like that. But also, I don't know the culture, because I also understand that, like, I know like in Japan, elementary school kids literally walk with their friends to school by themselves with no parents. So I don't know what the culture is in, I'm assuming, Korea. So like maybe that's normal to leave your kids unattended. I'm not sure. Okay. Okay, I don't think I'm confident enough to come to this conclusion, and I'm also way more curious about actually and trying to like order things as opposed to like trying to jump ahead too much. Okay, so let's start from like I'm assuming that everything could be wrong. I'd like to surrender to the police. I am responsible. The little girl went missing from the playground, didn't she? 3 days ago, she was with me. I took her away. Sorry, it's all my fault. I did it because I needed the money. I'm sorry. So, didn't they say the dad, like, turned himself in? Stationery store? Okay. You happened to see this boy when you went to the playgrounds, to find Xiaowan. You know that playground near the stationery store, right? I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Xiaowan was sticking so close to that boy. Why do you ask, detective? Does the boy have something to do with the case? Steve testimony that Xiaowan is a regular at your stationery store. Did anyone from her family drop in today, or Xiaowan herself on her own? Today? No, not Xiaowan, and not her brother either. Hey, I asked what the police want with them. You're not the first to come looking for her today. Is this about Myung-ho's mother? So Myung-ho is the mom? The thing is, Myung-ho's only been coming with Xiaowan these days. He used to... No. He used to come with his mother all the time when he was younger, but I haven't seen her in quite a while. Okay, Myung-ho's the boy. Is she doing alright? Silence is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myung-ho refused to give in. Okay, so this is the picture I have in my head. The biological mother likely has maybe a different partner now, and the biological father is like divorced, and maybe someone like the ex-teacher, I don't know, I don't know definitively, I'm just spitballing at this point. Maybe the biological, the stepfather, we'll call him. The stepfather is the teacher, and the stepfather already had a kid, who is Myung-ho. That's kind of like the ballpark image. Yeah, so we've identified Myung-ho. Let's do Eden. Okay, so these are the nouns. Let's get all the nouns down. Oh my god. Okay. This feels a lot better. Yeah. Apollo. Oh my god. Okay, so this is the Apollo guy. This is the old man. Get that shit over there. Wait, is it this one? No. This is the... let's throw that back. Where was the one that we just did? Oh, this one. So this goes to Apollo. And there's this candy thing that was vibrating, so let's look at this. Hey, could you tell me what happened when you last saw Xiaowan? We always used to play Xiaowan... used to buy Xiaowan candy from the stationery store on the way home, but we didn't buy her candy recently because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. I told Xiaowan to stay where she was and went to the stationery store. I ran right over. Stationery store is just up the steps over the fence. It's really quick, I swear. I was only there for a bit and I ran back, but she wasn't there. I called her name like Xiaowan, but she didn't come. Only Auntie did. I started crying and Auntie said I shouldn't tell anyone she wasn't with us. She told me not to say anything at all. Just like that monkey we saw at the temple. This is the kid. This is Myung-ho. Myung-ho. Yeah, that sounds like a testimony that a child would give. Okay. And okay, I don't know if this is this hospital thing. I don't know if it's actually the dad. Because I'm like, if I remember correctly, the dad was in a wheelchair, but I don't want to make assumptions that that is why somebody like I don't know if that was him. What's it called in the hospital for that reason? But I'm just we're kind of ballparking it at this point. What Myung-ho carried around? I should find the reason to suspect Seowon's mother. Okay. Contradicts your claim. Apollo. Gasp. Apollo is lying. Okay. Mother has contacted you. Okay, I think we can try doing this. Search for the answers now. Reasons to suspect the mother. Someone's always such a quiet girl, but she was chattering about how much happier she'd be if her father was here too. That's a motive, is it not? Oh god, I hope they don't have... I hope they are forgiving of guessing wrong. I'll be right there, detective. Don't you listen to anything he tells you. It's all my responsibility. Oh, let's look at this first. What is this taller? Why is this vibrating? Where is that? Here we go. Thank you for telling me, Myung-ho. So this is Myung-ho's testimony. I heard you're in 5th grade at elementary school. With your height, I bet the girls won't leave you alone. That's so crazy to say that to a kid. That's so crazy. You're very tall for your age. Is it because you take after your mom? I take after her? Am I really like her? That's crazy. That's so weird. It's literally sexualizing a minor. Oh god. You seem to know Seowon's family well. You seem to know Seowon's family well. Myung-ho's family? Well, I've seen them since the children were little. Must have been, say, 3 or 4 years now. When they first moved in, I was sure Myung-ho was close to finishing elementary school. He's tall for his age and he's very quiet, that one. His mother was picking out supplies for younger kids, so I showed her to the shelves old children might like. She laughed and said he gets that a lot. Myung-ho is mature beyond his years, and I don't mean his looks. It's normal for kids his age to only think of themselves, but he's always hanging back and letting his sister spend all his pocket money. Is this the biological mom then? Because I'm assuming the two kids are coming from different families, and maybe that's the bio mom of Myung-ho. Proof the shopkeeper is lying. Well, one of them is lying, right? Or both of them. What if I told you that there's no need for lying now? Myung-ho's testimony shows his mixed feelings on Hye-jeong. Is that the mom? Is this the bio mom? Okay. This for real now. Hopefully I'm not guessing too much. did it because I need the money? I'm hoping there's more than one right answer, because there's no fucking way I could... I don't know. Okay, well, Myung-ho's testimony is that she doesn't go, he doesn't go to the candy store with... Yeah, this. This is one of them. He used to come with his mother, now the mom isn't coming, with her anymore. Dead? Someone is dead all this time? She's been dead all this time? No? The whole situation where she was under blankets, right? Oh, well, before she wakes up. So what brings you here? So we visited before she disappeared. So there were suspicions beforehand. We did like a wellness check. This. Can't really tell under the blankets. I'm glad they don't punish you for making really bad guesses, because I would have lost by now. Went to mom's house and a security guard was there. I opened the door for him and the place was filled with smoke. He said that... Okay, so the security guard is probably another person that we have to identify by name and get their testimonies and stuff. He said that made most sense. She was going away from me to see one. I went to mom's house and a security guard turned off a symbol. I could think was seeing how glad that I was. So a few days he went on straight to the store. Remember when someone was sticking so close to that boy? Why does the boy have something to do with the case? I wrote down her name, Xiong Wong. Xiong's a nice dress. I don't think that's anything to do with it. We both spent so much time in a hospital ceiling. Exactly 3:33 in the morning. What do you do? I'm trying not to panic, but the worst is all that comes to my mind. Never leave children alone when we're out together. Don't usually get the calls in the afternoon. I think I panicked. The first thing that came to mind was that I had to pick up somewhere quiet so I could hear. Back in the condo calls 5 minutes. She disappeared in less than that. I know. Okay, I don't think this is the mom that's speaking. It's possible that it's like the kid. I don't know actually. No, because I looked up partway through the conversation and she was already gone. She disappeared and the mom's alibi is that she went to the grandmother's house. The grandmother's. And then came back. And she was gone. And then this is someone else's testimony and we don't know whose testimony this is. Oh, time you're mobilized. Why does she know that there's like... I mean, I guess it's not too hard of an assumption to make that she's been kidnapped if she's disappeared that rapidly. I think you might be making a mountain out of molehill. My daughter worries easily, but mark my words, the girl always wanders back in time for dinner. Maybe this is the dad. Security guard went over to my mother's house to check, but he shoot her out. She's so stubborn. So there's another phone call. I also don't understand this caregiver stuff. Maybe Hyejung is the caregiver? Cheerful and bright, but in a strange fragile way. Does that make sense? Her brother came, so is not the mom. Do you think Mr. Kim Gong-seok is the culprit? What do we unlock? what, what did we unlock? What Myung carried around? Carries around? Money, right? Oh, okay, so we give them pictures, so it was, no. Umbrella. The umbrella, you mean? That's right. Whether he's going to school or some outing, he's always got an umbrella in hand. It's been that way since my wife passed. There was something she always told the kids when she was in the hospital. She promised that she'd go ahead and to heaven and watch over them from above. Myung-ho didn't say anything. All he did was sit in the distance and sigh, as I recall. I think he wanted to tell her there was no such thing as heaven, that if she wanted to watch over him, she should do it from Earth. It wasn't long before she passed. I only noticed after some time that Myung-ho always took an umbrella with him when he left the house. Then I remember the exact promise his mother made. I mean it, Myung-ho. How about this then? Since I won't be able to pick you up from school on rainy days, I'll ask God to stop the rain if you ever forget your umbrella. That's so weird. Well, I guess the mom is that Myung-ho's mom is dying. That's when they spoke on the phone with a city hall employee, and told him Seung-woo couldn't attend pre-entrance day for personal reasons. Do you live with your daughter? The pre-entrance day? What was it? My daughter said no. A slight cold, I think. Yes. I remember now. I knew it was pre-entrance day, so I asked my daughter later how it went. I don't live with her, of course, but I'm in the area and drop in from time to time. It's just, I don't want to leave her alone for too long, spending all her time wallowing in misery. I do remember that I was visiting a few days ago when the city hall employee called. He asked me the same thing you did, detective. So I think I said that she was doing well, that I was taking perfect care of my granddaughter. Detective, this was ridiculous. It was just one missed pre-entrance day at school. What are you interrogating me for? Defensiveness. Well, let's get this really quickly. So that's the city hall. We don't know who, but it is a city hall member, employee rather. Missed one day of school. City hall, you said. That's right, Chief. I almost said chef. Yes, chef. That's right, Chief. How are you? I'm from the Kwamyong City Hall Administrative Office. It's that time of year for kids slated to start school this year, and your district didn't show up to pre-entrance day. I'm just calling for your cooperation. We spoke with all their families over the phone. They all said they were on vacation overseas or busy with other things, that sort of thing. I mean, elementary school classes haven't even started yet, so I'm going to report that everything looks fine. This is why we had that pre-wellness check. Or not pre-wellness check, the wellness check before her disappearance. I think she was dead the entire time, maybe. I don't know how there are testimonies that she's seen with people, but maybe it's a different person. But we do have to make sure the paperwork is all there. We're working on the police assistance request forms right now. They say that local police stations dispatch personnel to all the absentees' household for welfare checks, welfare checkups at the school board's request. Imagine that, Chief. It's like a free bonus, and our compensation for external personnel requisition is pretty solid, if you ask me. Once you get the forms, send us your personal roster with their direct deposit information attached, and we'll take care of things on this end. Okay. Chief. So this person, is probably, I'm trying to get to... Oh, is it a city hall? I think it's city hall. What does the guy look like? He looks like some old man. There we go. Okay. PlayStation. Your mother has contacted you. Your mother has contacted you. It's exactly as you heard. Will you be coming to the PlayStation together? That man was never one for prayer. No matter how deep you dug, he said the spade would never know the smell of the earth. He refused to pray even once as our baby lay sick in the hospital. That's why he doesn't understand that prayer is the reason we've been so blessed. All he ever did was get angry that he couldn't change anything with his own abilities. He said he turned himself in. If he really did take her, maybe it was because he couldn't afford child support payments. Is this the situation where they like swap a child so that they can pretend like their infant never passed away, so then they can cope better? He's been complaining since last summer about how he was having a hard time keeping up with the payment schedule. I told him this was a critical time in Seowon's life, that he had to get his act together. We may be divorced, but he's still her father. Even now, I suppose he's still trying to change things himself without even trying to pray. Okay, so let's grab this tag. So is this the grandmother? Choi Guijia, Seowon's grandmother. So we can where is that? This might be her as well. The one where she's acting like defensive. Where is that? Oh, that's Apollo. Where's Seowon now? That's crazy. I have no idea. We already have the... Really? We already have all the answers? The key reason the English teacher needed funds. Okay. Not entirely sure. I haven't come to those conclusions naturally. Myung-ho... Okay. Turn himself in. Why did you turn yourself in? Open the locks conversation. Okay. Birthdays? I really need to organize more things. This is so messy. Choi Dong-gyun, date of birth September 15th, 1972, male. This is the dad's birth. Spouse is Seo Wong-young. 25th, female is deceased. Married on March 5th, 2000. Death was September 1st, 2009 rather. Child was born 2001 is Choi Myung-yeon's male child. Okay, so it's not two separate families. I didn't have that info, I guess. But yeah, they are actual siblings. Certificate issued February 4th, 2012. Gyeongmyeon City Hall. Right. Death. Something tells me I gotta answer questions. Myung-ho's testimony shows his mixed feelings on Hyun-jung. Where is it? Or is it literally right underneath him? Maybe this is a lot easier. Didn't buy her candy recently because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. Told someone to stay here where she went. I ran right over. Called her name was him, but she didn't come. Only Auntie did. I started crying and said, Auntie, I shouldn't. Monkey we saw in the temple? Really? Am I like her? Oh my god. We're doing it. Even though everything is completely unorganized. What if I told you that there's no need for lying now? What if your lie is the bad kind? The kind that's only going to hurt Auntie and Xiaowon? Oh, poor kid. Why is not saying anything a lie? If I say what really happened, then Auntie sounds like the bad guy. But she's a good person. It's my fault, not Auntie's. It's all my fault. Dude, the kid blaming themselves. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna... Oh god. Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. You received the notes from school board, correct? It says in our files that she didn't attend pre-entrance day. I'm here just a second, make sure everything's alright. The world's a dangerous place these days. I've been told City Hall personnel. I've spoken with Xiaowon's grandmother already, but I just wanted to be sure. Is Xiaowon alright? Of course she is, detective. You must have your hands full checking up on every absence in the district. You'll see once she wakes up. Xiaowon's healthy as a horse now. She'll have no trouble going to school all that time. In the hospital was tough on her. Okay, so she was the one in the hospital. She's grown up, so strong. I'm proud of her. Xiaowon's been no end of trouble since I was pregnant with her. I think she takes after her father. She was born premature. Okay, that's true. The doctor scared us every time we went in for a checkup about how one thing could go wrong and then something else and on and on. I don't remember how many waivers and consent forms I had to sign, but I always knew she'd be all right, how those little hands were going to get bigger and stronger one day. No need to worry, I'm taking very good care of her. Xiaowon's father and I are no longer together, but my mother and I are doing our best to give her everything she needs, and I'll make sure she comes out to the first day of school. Thank you for checking in. I think the rice is ready. Would you like to join us for food, detective? Okay, so this is the mom. Xiaowon's mother. Right. Hospital. So there's a mysterious reason why both the dad and the child were in the hospital. Where is Xiaowon now? Needed funds? Is it because she's sick? Or sickly? Why she needed the funds? I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. Proof that the shopkeeper is lying. What is the shopkeeper's testimony? And not her brother either. May I ask, please want them? You're not first to come. Anyone from my family dropped in today, or did Xiaowon herself? No, not Xiaowon, and not her brother either. Okay, and then they did, because that's the brother. The brother said, Myung-ho said that he went to the stationery store. That's a contradiction to what this man said. Okay. Please testimony directly contradicts your claims. Ah, you're back, which means you're still searching, I take it. I try to think of anyone suspicious I might have seen in the area, but nothing. The truth is, well, yes, Myung-ho was here. I'm sorry for lying to you. That's really weird. I didn't think it was important. Well, you see, I didn't want you to think badly of Myung-ho. He's a good boy at heart. Very sorry, I truly am. Should have told you up front. What time did he come to the store again? A little after 3:30, I believe. Well, nothing was out of the ordinary. He looked like he was in a rush, and when I asked, he only said he had to go back quick. He went straight to the usual candy shelf and picked out a bag, so I assumed it was for Xiaowon. It's her favorite brand, you know, the pink candy that's so big, your cheek puffs up like a squirrel. Told you before, Myung-ho is very mature for his age, but that day I saw him squatting in front of the greeting card shelf for a long time with the candy still in hand. Eventually, he came up to the counter and paid for the candy, but he wouldn't look me in the eye? I thought it was strange, so I went over to check the shelf, and, well, one of the cards was gone. I was disappointed in the boy, of course, made up my mind to give him a stern talking to, but at the same time... Okay, so he shoplifted, and that's why... Okay, that makes sense as a motive. I was thinking, like, if there's any other... Like, that's such a weird thing to lie about, especially to the cops, for a child being there. But I guess that's understandable. At the same time, I felt sorry for him. I can only imagine what went through his mind when he was squatting there in front of that shelf. That's so weird. Please don't lie to me, Myung-ho. Didn't you know say that Auntie was telling the truth? What Myung-ho stole. Yes. Greeting card. Or I don't know what the greeting, I don't know if it's a greeting card specifically. Something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure something happened in the playground or something. Please don't lie to me, Myung-ho. Okay. Auntie told me that lying's not about what's good, but what's necessary. Dude, this kid is so... Damn. Sometimes kids just... I wish they were just kids and didn't have that burden themselves with the fucking responsibility of, like, the adults that are in their lives. She said lying wasn't always a bad thing. It's the bad lies that are really bad. Mom said she'd watch over me from heaven. She said she'd watch over us even after she died. But that was a lie, right? There's no such thing as heaven. But Seong-won doesn't know that. She's so stupid. Mom was lying. Does that mean that Mom was a bad person? Seong-won's mother's birthday? Why is that important? I mean, we know that. December 25th? So that is 12. Oh, it's Christmas. Christmas Day. Hospital. How old was Seong-won when Ms. Shin Hye-jung first came to take care of her? I first met Hye-jung when Seong-won was 4. That was a few years ago. When my wife died of illness, I was despondent, didn't know how I'd raise the kids. But Hye-jung was there to support us. They're called caregivers instead of nannies these days, aren't they? Hye-jung is my children's caregiver. She's been coming in to look after the kids ever since my wife was hospitalized. She befriended them instantly. I don't know how we could have coped without her. Seong-won even calls her mom and treats her like one, too. I could never thank her enough. But now I'm starting to think I relied on Hye-jung too much. I mean, she's not exactly family, is she? Wait, okay, so then the referral to mom doesn't necessarily mean biological mom, it could mean the caregiver. Caregiver's certificate of employment. Wait, okay. Right, and then there is another one with the caregiver reward or whatever. Day Seong-won's mother was discharged. Wouldn't that be the day that she died? Or am I crazy? September 1st? Okay, we can try September 1st. That's I realized, like, so click to press the button. Okay, September 1st? No? Okay, let's go down this first. Is your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. Okay. Young-ho said he was with Seong-won the whole time, but that he had no idea where she'd gone, so I scolded him. You're not making any sense. I was so desperate that I was too harsh with him, even though it's my fault Seong-won's disappeared. I failed them both, but please don't ask Myung-ho for information. He won't tell you anything? Do you really think Mr. Kim Gang-seok is the culprit? I don't know. Do you really suspect him, detective? Even if we're in financial trouble, I don't think he would stoop that low. Instead, he'd... Detective, I'm not trying to defend Yuck. I'm only telling you what I saw. There was a woman skulking around that playground, always hanging back. I thought she was suspicious because I kept running into her when I went around looking for Xiao Wang. She was in her 30s or early 40s, a little on the tall side, maybe around 10 centimeters taller than me. She was always looking at the playground from afar, always behind the wall, behind the flower bed. You wouldn't see her unless you were really looking. But she could probably keep an eye on the kids at the playground if she really craned her neck. I saw her there standing on her toes trying to look over the wall. By the way, detective, what was the name of that girl Gong Xiao confessed to taking? Wait. What? This was my conversation with Xiao Wan's mother, right? Probably. I don't understand. She acts as if she knows the man who turned himself in and asks about her kidnapped daughter as if she's a stranger. It's frightening. Was she having a dissociative episode? Ma'am, do you remember the things that made you stand on your toes? What does that have to do with anything? In my case, I only really stood on my toes for one reason. Affection? To keep my eyes on something or someone that I really cared about? Ma'am, you were on the force for nearly 30 years, the only case you left unsolved. Remember how you closed that file and placed it on the cabinet? Were you standing on your toes? The music changed. That's so bizarre. So who is this Gyung Seok? That's the English teacher. Was there like an affair between the English teacher and the mom? Or I don't even know anymore. Who the mom is? The mom the caretaker, or is the mom the bio mom? The bio mom's dead. Is she not? The key reason why they were in debt, right? Financial troubles. Young was mature. Okay. Well, okay. I'm assuming it's the hospitalization. It probably wasn't. I am thinking too in America coded. They have healthcare over there. Maybe it wasn't because they were hospitalized that it was expensive. I'm like, medical debt is such a big problem here that I'm like, it's like a day-to-day thing, but in reality, I don't think that would be the same thing for in Korea, right? I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know. Key reason needed funds. I actually don't know. Dongyoung and Hyunjung's relationship. I've already found 5. Okay. Dongyoung and Hyunjung's relationship. Is this the caregiver? Bam. Easy. Okay. Caregiver. Support worker dispatch. Caregiver certificate of employment. Caregiver Shin Hyun-jung. Date of birth February 6, 1976. Female client. Okay. Hereby certified that the above caregiver has been assigned to the above client since July 1st, 2009. Certificate issued February 4th, 2012. Duty Hana Support Center? Huh? Oh, I guess this is like the company she works for, or not, or maybe the branch of government or something that she works for. This is a heavy burden for the 5th grader. Hyunjung refused. Myungho refused to give in. Hyunjung's birthday is right here, February 6th. Changes location when Seowon vanished. Wasn't she not the condo hallway? Visiting the grandmother? Daniel's location. boyfriend. It was at the grandmother's house, right? Because I'm trying to piece together when the mom is the mom and when is the mom not the mom, right? Wait, is she the lady that keeps craning her neck? Oh my god. Not doing her job. Okay. Where was this? We know you weren't at the playground. Okay. Oh my god. Alright. We know you weren't at the playground. I understand you didn't want to cause Myung-ho any more guilt, but you should have known better. How did you know? I told him he didn't need to say anything. He knows he doesn't have to tell you. It wasn't his fault Seowon was missing. It wasn't your fault, Myung-ho. I should have been watching you, even if you didn't want me close by. That's what I told him. I made sure he knew that I was the one who lost Seowon, not him. Okay, so she's trying to take, like, the blame, I guess, for Myung-ho when it's... I mean, Myung-ho's a child, so it's never gonna be his fault. She was never burdened with that responsibility. This is a heavy burden for a 5th grader, but Myung-ho refused to give in, so I investigated everyone I could, residents, passerbys, local businesses, everyone. There's a little indent in the wall behind the flower bed. You can see the playground from there, but not the other way around, at least for the children playing there. That's where you were hiding, wasn't it? To watch over them from afar? When I went to the playground, I would hear the other mothers gossip about me and the children. Myung-ho would have heard it too. I understand why people would get the wrong idea. Seowon calls me mommy, so it didn't hurt if Myung-ho hated me. I could only imagine how he felt whenever his sister called me that. A few weeks ago, Myung-ho told me to stay away from him, so I just wandered around for what seemed like forever and found that spot. Myung-ho, I know he must hate the fact that I exist, but I may not be his mother, but still, I promised Won-young that I would take care of them both. And now look what's happened. I only looked away for a second. I only took a second to rest because I've been standing on my toes the whole time. Oh god. Okay. I'm starting to make more sense. When did Seong-won's mother leave? What was that? Leave you? We've been divorced for about 5 or 6 years, and I'm a monster, aren't I? Abandoning my wife when she needed me most, but at the time I thought it was all for the best. That we'd reach our limit, that we'd only hurt each other if we kept on living like this. That's what I told myself. When our eyes met, I would face the emptiness inside, and it was excruciating because I knew that void could never be filled. If only we could have cried it out together and kept each other going, but we struggled to help each other. We were making no progress at all, and one day we realized that it hurt more to deal with our pain together than alone, so we chose to go our separate ways. That was our decision. To run from our wounds instead of confronting them, to let the blade drop on the guillotine. Alright. Alright, explain to me how you took Seong-won. Alright, explain to me how you took Seong-won. I was a junior high school English teacher all my career, ever since I finished teacher's college and military service. But after the divorce, I quit my job at the school and started tutoring and doing cram school gigs. And while my income isn't particularly stable, I needed the money. I'm sorry. I went to the playground intending to kidnap any child who seemed to be alone. I was there for more than 30 minutes and saw a little girl playing by herself for a long time, so I lied to her. But once I brought her with me, I got scared. I didn't know how I would even ask for her parents for a ransom. That's how it was. I was afraid and decided to stop, nothing more. But then where is she? Where is she? When was the last time you saw Seong-won's father? Do you call him often? What's that man got to do with Seong-won's going missing? We cut off all contact years ago. The nerve of him walking out after what happened to the girl. I detective, what I mean is Seowon was always sickly, but that man divorced my daughter, leaving her to care for the poor baby alone. But well, he's not the sort of man who'd take her away from under her mother's nose. Please, it's nothing serious, Detective William. So this is the grandmother. Where is yeah, the grandmother. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. With this information that we have right now, let's start sorting out. Let's just start tossing the info to where I think it makes the most sense based off of what's being said. All right, you mean you filed on someone's official register as missing person? Then please, that's good enough. Detective, I'm begging you, please don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Okay, that's pretty confidently the dad. I first met Hye-jung when Seon-won was 4. That was a few years ago when my wife died of illness. I was despondent, didn't know how I'd raise the kids, but Hye-jung was there to support us. They're called character. Okay, so that's a dad probably. Is it is that really possible, Detective? I think it might be my fault she's gone. I was in the hospital for a long time after I had Seon-won. Okay, after I had Seon-won, that means that this is the mom. The bio mom. Someone's born at 23 weeks. She weighed okay. Her mother had just come out of C-section. Only a few seconds, but she let me see Seon-won. Don't remind me of the Manila. Spirit register her birth. That's Seon-won for right. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's the dad. Seon-won, all right. Confirmation that Seon-won is alive. Oh my god. Maybe Seon-won is the officer lady that's talking to us. I didn't see this boy when you went to the playground to find someone. You know that playground near the stationery store, right? I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Seon-won was sticking so close to that boy. Why do you ask, Detective? Does the boy have something to do with the case? This is not the dad. I don't know who this is. Maybe Apollo? No, but Apollo knows. So maybe it's the ex-teacher. That's possible. Because then the ex-teacher, who is a person that isn't knowledgeable of I guess, what's it called? Isn't knowledgeable about like the family dynamic, so he wouldn't know like the brother. It was all business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays and goes to the playground on weekends as a family. We have 2 playgrounds in a condo complex. Normally we alternate between them. I go along sometimes, but one of them isn't wheelchair accessible. Okay, so this is the dad, because the dad's in that wheelchair. I'm pretty sure. I remember. Okay. Not too sure about the order. I honestly don't think it really matters. Okay. Detective, you remember me? You came to check on Seon-won the other day. I asked you not to ring the doorbell. Please tell me you remember, Detective. I'm scared. She's gone? Okay, so I'm confused because the bio mom's dead. Why is like... Why is there any dialogue here? Shouldn't this be the caretaker? Please tell me you remember. But then the mom... Wait, the grandmother called somebody. That's so confusing. I need a key to unlock this conversation. Keys are unlocked when I... What is that? Order the fragments correctly? Oh god. Oh god, this is gonna be so bad. I have to order these things correctly. Okay, we need to go down to mom. I don't know who called. I thought the mom was dead. I'm a little bit confused in that part. You remember me? You came to check on Seon-won the other day. I asked you to not ring the doorbell. Okay, so this happened, do we assign this to a department? Or is it City Hall or something? How Seon-won's grandmother instructed for the kidnapping. What? The grandmother's behind it? I'm like finding out by accident. Had to open long comment. Okay, that's fine. Right, the order of events. The key reason the English teacher needed funds. For each other, able to help each other, making no progress at all, so we chose to keep regardless of our ways. That was the decision. This is the dad, no? Isn't this the dad? I'm really confused as to Seonwon's mother. Because Seonwon's mother is dead. That's really confusing to me. After I had Seonwon, you received the notice from the school board, correct? Of course she is detective. You must have your hands full checking up on every absence in the district. You'll see when she's awake, Seonwon's... Okay, so this is like really early on, is it not? Okay, and I like how they confirm the order. And this should be like the very first thing, right? At the very top of the order. I did that by accident. I'm not complaining because this game is dense. Really, really dense. Oh, fuck. Bam. Okay. Okay, so let's look at this. So this was the welfare check in the beginning. And then it goes into emergency mode. Something happened. Please hurry. This is the caretaker, right? Same thing with the other one. Caretaker. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there you go. See, it's united on the right aisle. And then let's drag this all the way up. Because this is like something bad happened. Bam. Okay. Cool. I'm so happy this game gives you a confirmation system, because otherwise I would be so fucked. I would be so doomed. Okay. And wandered off. She didn't take a stroll. Calm down. Who am I speaking to? Okay. The son, your mother, and you too. Okay, so this is still the caregiver. Right here, right? Oh, she didn't stroll off anywhere. She's been kidnapped. It could also be the grandmother, right? Call for my mother. Said I'm at the store or the condo complex. Mom's house. Okay, let's just skip that for now. I'm so grateful to her. Kindergarten. I had no idea that she was keeping such a close eye on Seonwon. There's something Seonwon always says to me, Mommy is the saddest person in the world. She never says that when her father's around, of course. Is this still the caregiver? Because it talks about the... Oh, he says to me. Does not imply the mom. And Mommy... I don't think he would say that to the person. But she refuses to cry. This has to be post-F, right? Calling him, but he won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary. We only meet for her birthdays, but this is an emergency. His own daughter is missing, detective. This sounds like the grandmother saying his own daughter, right? Where's the grandmother? There. Claims to be the culprit behind it. Xiaowen's father has surrendered himself to us. Even if you can't, don't believe a word of what he says. I'll be at the station immediately. Everything he says is a lie. So this is the grandmother admitting that she kidnapped Xiaowang or something. I don't know. Do you really suspect him, detective? Even if he were in financial trouble, I don't think he would stop. Stoop that low. Instead, detective, I'm not trying to defend Youngsuk. I'm only telling you what I saw. There was a woman skulking around that playground, always hanging back. I thought she was suspicious because I kept running into her when I went around looking for Xiaowang. She was in her 30s or early 40s. Okay, so this is talking about the caregiver, 10 meters taller than me, always looking at the playground from afar, always behind the wall, behind the flower bed. You wouldn't see her unless you were really looking, but she could probably keep an eye on the kids at the playground if she really craned her head. Saw her there standing on her toes, trying to look over the... This is the mom still. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but try to think about it. See if you can remember. I heard you were all together there. Xiaowang, your mother, and you too, Myung-ho. So this is Myung-ho. I'm curious if I can... let me get this. Let me exhaust this. I'm curious if we can organize Myung-ho's text, because there's not too much, and I think that it's one of the more coherent ones to... coherent narratives. It's okay if you don't want to talk, Myung-ho. I don't mind waiting. But Myung-ho, could you promise me that once you're ready, you'll talk to me? Oh my god. So this feels like it's in the beginning, because he was going on to silent treatment, or not silent treatment, but he was told not to talk to anyone. So I think this is in the beginning. I'm doing this by accident. Okay, but I think Myung-ho's narrative is like pretty straightforward. Yeah. Okay. And then curious if I can just kind of like guess and check it. Oh no, these aren't. I don't think these are him. I think these are just unlocked under the same chain. Okay. Myung-ho said he was with Xiaowang the whole time, but he had no idea where she had gone. Was your son still there? I was under the impression that both children were at the playground. So this is the dad, right? So I scolded him, "You're not making any sense." I was desperate. I was so desperate that I was too harsh with him, even though it was my fault Xiaowang disappeared. I failed them both. Please don't ask Myung-ho for information. So this is the caregiver. Myung-ho. Okay. The testimony that you spoke on the phone with City Hall. That's the pre-entrance. It was my daughter said no. I called, I think, yes. I remember now I knew it was pre-entrance day, so I asked my daughter later how it went. I don't live with her, of course, but I'm in the area and drop in from time to time. It's just I don't want to leave her alone for this is the dad. Because the mom the mom is the one who is taking care of Xiaowang, and then the dad is divorced, who doesn't live with them, and the grandmother and the mom takes care of Xiaowang. So we always used to buy Xiaowang candy from stationery store on the way home, but we didn't buy her candy recently because Auntie doesn't come out with us anymore. Told Xiaowang to stay where she was and went to the stationery store. I ran right over. The stationery store is just up ahead. Okay, so it's an ordering puzzle. It's really quick. I saw her. I was only there for a bit and I ran back, but she wasn't there. I called her name like Xiaowang, but she didn't come. Only Auntie did. So, okay. I think that whatever this is after this point. Use a key to unlock. Oh, we have keys now. Okay. It's not your fault, Myung-ho. Nobody in your family is responsible for this. Lie. It's not your fault, Myung-ho. Nobody in your family is responsible for this. But I told Auntie not to come to the playground. I told her to stay away. I said I could take Xiaowang without her. It is my fault. I'm the one who made Auntie go away. It's just if we're all at the playground together, we'd look like a family. And Mom would see Xiaowang's someone call Auntie Mom? I know Mom's not really watching us from heaven. I know she was lying, but I didn't want her to be sad. It's not Auntie's fault. I'm the one who told her not to come with us. That's so... That's such a sad thing for a kid to come to like a conclusion. But look at that! It's like this his narrative is like, I mean, unless there's more, but his narrative is pretty conclusive, which is nice. Yeah. Kind of just looking for connections. Bam. Let's do this. Let's open it. This isn't your fault as much as it is. Is it Myungho's fault? Oh my god, the music. The music is updating. I almost forgot to congratulate you. Happy birthday, Ms. Shin. Today's your birthday, correct? I know this may not be the best time, but I think you should know. I paid a visit to the stationery store Myungho goes to for Seowon's candy, and I spotted this. Apparently Myungho picked up a Seowon usual candy and a birthday card. The owner said he took a long time trying to decide which to get. I wondered why he'd get a birthday card of all things. But now I understand. Thank you. I always thought Myungho hated me. I wasn't trying to take his mother's place, but I assume that's what he thought. How could I be so stupid? I should have been known better, knowing how badly he'd been hurt. Detective, what happened to Seowon's mother now? Is the mom like... How is the mom alive? I'm so confused. Is she like a literal ghost? Open lock to connect. Okay. That's so weird. Okay. We need to go back to connecting storylines. Exactly like my daughter said, I was sure Seowon would be at the playground, but when I got there, I didn't see her, so I assumed my daughter took her along. This is the grandmother. Let's try to organize the grandmother's narrative. How Seowon's grandmother instructed for the kidnapping? The day Seowon's mother was discharged. I don't know if I know that. Okay, I'm gonna try this. August 1st, so it's 8, right? It would have to be a day after, sometime in August, right? If she stayed there for a long time. I feel like I'm guessing. Because she said that she was in the hospital for a while. Okay, if it's not in September, I'm gonna... Yeah, okay, I'm not gonna keep guessing. I might be forgetting. I might very much be just forgetting. Okay, let's go to the grandmother and let's see what is going on here. We have nothing for Eden Kindergarten. At least not yet. So the day that she was kidnapped was the same day as Shin Hyun-jun's her birthday, I'm assuming, because that's when the card was taken, right? Right. Okay. So, February 6th was when the kidnapping happened. No, it's this order. We're missing something else from the Polo store. And then I think we're missing something else from here. Maybe this is... Yeah, there we go. One connection. Is this another connection? Yes, okay. And maybe this is like that. I think this is a double connection. No? Okay. What does it say? She didn't stroll off. Or is this in the very beginning? There's no way. Yeah, okay. So we're missing something. We're missing some things here. But we can go back. Key reason: the English teacher needed funds. Income isn't particularly stable. Needed to. I'm sorry. I went to the playground intending to kidnap my. Okay. Once I saw. Oh, I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why CL1 was sticking so close to the boy. Why do you ask detective? Does the boy have something to do with the case? What is this? Okay, this isn't his dialogue. Employees complain if we check in too often, so we don't usually do that. There's not much to call. And after, wait a second. Oh, I see it did call, but it wasn't for anything special. It's going to be best caregiver word did we take? Yes, if we should could make it like we have more than 100 caregivers working with us, but no one wanted a show. I think that was the gist of the call. I kind of regretted calling her. I mean, she's not the type to do that kind of company spirit event. You've talked to her, right? Can't you even have a nice long chat? She's always cutting calls short. Something about being too busy with the kids. Has she come into the office recently? So is this not the kindergarten, the support center, right? Yeah, there we go. Bingo. Okay. The other side of the phone. Is she still missing? How could someone take her away in broad daylight in the middle of a condo complex? I heard her mother and brother were with her. They didn't see anything. I don't know if this helps, but well, you asked me to tell you anything, so I guess I will. Xiaowon is really up. Okay, so this is definitely not the English teacher. Always optimistic and cheerful. She started at Eden last year, and I was surprised that she never shied away. So is this from the... Is this the school itself? Yeah, it's the school itself. Your station searched the park and the detective, right? Detective, the one with the pond, the weeping willow trees by the water. They're lonely to look at. I took a stroll there last year with Myung-ho and Hyejong, and the trees remind me of Myung-ho. He looks like he's at the for children, adults too, I suppose. A death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe class, rebuilding them. This is definitely not the English teacher. Detective, the truth is she's dead. Xiaowon is dead. She's been dead all this time. Turning yourself in. Yes, I would like to surrender. So this isn't the first conversation that's happened because it's not dated. I don't think. Or I'm not sure. How old was Xiaowon when Miss Shin Hyejong first came to take care of her? I first met Hyejong when Xiaowon was 4. Confirmation Xiaowon is alive. Kind of just guessing, honestly, at this point. All business is there's anything unusual about Xiaowon's activity? No, business as usual. She goes to kindergarten on weekdays. And is this also the caregiver? Only going to that playground. Hyejong said that the kids asked to go there today too. No, it's not, because the caregiver. Yeah, this is probably the dad. Divorce for 5. Okay, when did Xiaowon's mother leave? Let's look at the questions, because I think the questions are would have like a pretty easy to digest, like before and after. Would you say testimony that you spoke on the phone with City Hall employees and told them someone couldn't return pre-entrance pay for personal reasons? Do you live with your daughter? What was it? My daughter said no. It's like, hold on, I think. Yes, I remember now. I knew it was pre-entrance day. Don't live with her, of course, but I'm in the area and drop in from time to time. It's just I don't want to leave her alone for too long, spending all her time wallowing in misery. I do remember that I was visiting a few days ago when City Hall called. He asked me the same thing you did, detective, so I did. So I think I said that she was doing well, that I was taking perfect care of my granddaughter. My granddaughter, so this is the grandma. Grandma. There we go, and then we got a key. I'm kind of just... kind of just spitballing, seeing if we can just grab a grab a connection for free. Oh, there you go. Oh man. Okay, let's do this. Let's do one of them. What is this? Why didn't you report any of this to the authorities? Sure, let's do it, Q. When you reported any of this to the authorities, she was with us exactly 108 days. That's the time someone lived and breathed with us. If only I could have held her at least once, kissed those little cheeks, or at least if only I'd been able to hear her cry, then maybe I would have been able to accept it. Xiaowen's mother still had milk for a baby who was gone. The crib was still so warm and it never seemed to get colder. So how could I possibly file that report? Looking back, it was her name. Her name was the problem. It was my fault for coming up with that name, and I can't tell you how much I regret it. Instead of giving her strength, that name marched her forward all alone like the rhino's horn straight past us. Like a gust of wind, she slipped through our fingers, attached to nothing in the world at all. Sounds like the dad. Wait, what? This is tied to this identity. Why didn't you report any of this? I'm someone lived? What is going on? Someone's mother was discharged. So I think there's two different people. There's two different Xiaowans. Because one is alive and one is dead. Key reason the English teacher needed funds. Talked to Xiaowan's father, kept calling him, but he won't kick up. Exactly as my daughter said, I was so sure on the playground, but when I got there I didn't see her. Right. I needed to call her behind the disappearance. Yeah, there we go. Doesn't think it's the dad. Okay, that's irrelevant. Contact someone's father. Okay, so we're missing something else from the grandmother's POV. You know that playground near the stationery store, right? I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from the playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why someone was sticking so close to that boy. Why do you ask, detective? Does that boy have something to do with the case? This can't be the grandmother. This has to be the English teacher. Because the English teacher is the only one that doesn't know the people. Right? He's the kidnapper. Allegedly. How does Myung-Hong feel? It must have been a change for him. Your station searched the park. Okay, so this is not the English teacher. For children, adults too. I think Myung-ho managed quite well in his own right. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's something that he always carries around and never leaves home without it. Is this the caregiver? I'm kind of guessing because I'm not sure. He starts to park it. Oh, this is maybe the dad. I'm not sure. I feel like the immediate family life stuff is going to be the caregiver. Seen them since the children were little. Must have been, say, 3 or 4 years now. When they first moved in, I was sure Myung-ho was close to finishing elementary school. He's tall for his age. Myung-ho's family, well, I've seen them since the children were little. Why are you speaking like this is like a third person? Myung-ho is supposed to be your child, right? This is probably the English teacher. Kidnapping? Yes? No, I have no idea. I'm drawing a blank from there. Okay, let's try answering this. Key reason that English teacher needed funds. I just assumed that it was like a bad job. Like his income wasn't stable, but that's not right. Also, I think the mom's like a ghost. The mom's dead. I don't know what's going on there. It's a little freaky. Does the grandmother maybe know? Pre-entrance exam? Oh, his daughter's just like cold. He asked me the same detective. My daughter says, so I assumed my daughter took her along. Daughter came downstairs and looked at me with her eyes wide, and I thought, oh no. Detective, I think you might be making a mountain a molehill. Oh, my daughter told you, but someone goes alone. Places all the time. My daughter worries easily, but mark my words, girl always wanders back in time for dinner. So what's that man got to do with someone going missing? You cut off contact years ago, nerve him walking out after. Okay, that's about the dad. Sort of man who okay, I don't know. No, we can't. It was me. I made him do it. I'll be right there, detective. Emerging, his own daughter is missing. Oh, this is a separate thing. Need to come by and say hello, but he's heartless, that man. This feels like it's in the beginning. And we're missing some information here. Dae Seowon's mother was discharged. Well, when was this? When was the caretaker assigned? Yeah. When was when was assigned? Client, okay. Since July 1st, 2009? Maybe it's that, July 1st, so that's 7. No. Because I'm assuming that you would get a caretaker when you're discharged, right? But the mom was dead already. The mom died on September 1st. Okay, so that's actually only a few months after. The mom was alive. The mom was definitely alive, and she was probably in the hospital. That's the gist. She was in a hospital. You mean you've already filed a missing person? Someone's officially registered as a missing person then please, that's good enough, detective. I'm begging you, please don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is, keep her completely out of her mother's reach, let her just live her life somewhere. Just say that she went out to the playground like she always did. Man, okay, case unsolved. First met Hyo-jung when Seowon was 4. That was when my wife died of illness. I was despondent. I didn't know how I'd raise the kids, but Hyo-jung was there to support us. Okay, not a ghost. She was still alive for a little bit when the caretaker was assigned, and because of that, that's like, is this after? This is after she died. This is 2012. Wait, I'm so confused. That's so confusing now. I need to somehow answer this question because I still don't know. I don't know what his motives are. This is locked in. This is definitely the dot. It's been that way since my wife passed. Okay. Leave the case unresolved. We can't do that, sir. Okay, I think this is one of the last things that happened. Probably near the bottom. Right? Death in the family is apparently like experiencing your universe collapsing. Right detective, the one at the Weeping Willow. Your stroll there last year with Myung-ho and the trees beyond, the mercy of the world for children and adults too, I suppose. Families apparently like experiencing universe collapse, reeling from these ruins, a time-consuming journey, but I think Myung-ho managed quite well in his own right. I don't think if you notice. I don't know if you noticed, but there's something he always carries around, never leaves without it. Is that the caretaker? Yeah, and the dad is in a wheelchair, right? I remember looking at a picture of him in the wheelchair. Go for some outing. Oh, he's got an umbrella in hand. Okay, so this is underneath that other text, I'm pretty sure. What? Where is that? Yeah, this. But this is definitely the dad that's speaking. Of course, for about 5 or 6 years, I'm a monster and I abandoning my wife. Okay, it's all right again. Was there anything unusual about Seowon's activity today? No business. He goes to kindergarten on weekdays. Someone was born at 23. Is there a special meaning to someone's name? How old was someone when Miss? Okay, so this feels like... I feel like some of this is arbitrary, but I guess if I look at the end, there'd be a good connection point. Hoping a fragile piece of paper might help her somehow, that it might help her route to... Wait, what? Rhinoceros, right, okay. First met... Yeah, okay, so this is the English teacher. This is the English teacher, because he's talking about her dead at a really young age, like as a child. There you go. Yeah. Okay. I was a junior high school English teacher all my career ever since I finished teachers college and military service. After the divorce, I quit my job at the school and started tutoring and doing cram school gigs, and while my income isn't particularly stable, I needed the money. I'm sorry. Went to the playground intending to kidnap a child who seems to be alone. Okay. And then this is after, and then they ask about the boy, I guess. I think. Okay. So this question here, what do you mean it's all your responsibility, kind of implies that he says something that it's all his responsibility, and then they ask that question. Okay, what is this? Seem to know Seong-won's family well. Myung-ho's family well. I've seen them since the children were little. Most have been, say, 3 or 4 years now. When they first moved in, I was sure Myung-ho was close to finishing elementary school. He's tall for his age, and he's very quiet, that one. His mother was picking up supplies for younger. I think this is the grandmother. So I showed her to the shelves older children might like. She laughed and said he gets that a lot. And was mature beyond his years. This is Apollo. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we have one whole fucking key, and we're gonna use it on this. This is something that I'm missing. Branches Day absentee list. Is there gonna be another Seong-won? I'm assuming. This is an absentees. Name Seo Ho Jun, Kim Beam, Kwang Ich-chol, Kim Seong-won. Okay. The music changed a little bit again. I don't know if you noticed. Okay. There we go. There we go. Very nice. The day Seong-won died. I thought she's alive though. Seong-won and what? Okay. April 3rd? And then when did this English teacher say? 103 days after April 3rd. 103 days after April 3rd. What is 103 days after April 3rd? I'm just trying to confirm that it was 108 days. 108 days after April 3rd. Okay. 108 days. So April, it would be in July then. It's about 3 months after, right? There we go. Oh my god. Okay, we're making some progress here. No, that's not it. I still don't know what the reason is, but I think I'm just being stupid. Turn himself in. Why did you turn yourself in? Mr. Kim Gong-seok? Sorry, my cat. Being silly. Even the victim's family hasn't reported you? This isn't just about taking the fall for Ms. Song Min Young, is it? I heard she reported Seonwon missing. When Min Young's mother told me, I was worried for Min Young, but at the same time I was a little glad. After we got divorced, she was in therapy for a long time. She would have gotten help back when she began to think Seonwon was alive but missing. No, as soon as Seonwon passed away, Min Young was finally discharged from the hospital on Seonwon's birthday. We went to visit her grave together, and as she ran her hand over the grave, her eyes were empty. There was no hope. Min Young is still chained to that day, circling round and round that moment forever. I started to think that she'd given up completely. She was utterly spent. There was no drive left in her eyes. I began to doubt she would ever recover. I think that's why I was relieved to hear that she set out to find Seonwon, because now she at least had something to live for, something that would sustain her and keep her alive. Maybe she knew that too, deep down. Maybe that was why she reported Seonwon missing. Maybe she thought Seonwon was better missing and alive than dead. That the missing person report would anger her to this world, just like I hoped with her birth certificate. She was grasping for a lifeline, just like me. I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is the whole reason I'm here, detective. I want to make a request. Could you please mark this missing person case as unresolved, please? Please let Seonwon live. Let her live forever somewhere far away. I understand. There we go. It was never. I don't even know who is this a dad? Like, I don't know if the dad is real. This is the same as her birthday, which is April 3rd. Just calling. Yep. You mean Timon was taken in because she was mistaken for Ms. Song Min Young's late daughter? I asked Min Young what happened. She said she heard someone call Seonwon's name and finally found her after going from one playground to the next. It was a boy, probably the girl's brother. He was telling her to wait. Whoa. You mean Seonwon was taken because she was mistaken for Miss Min Young's late daughter? So it's a completely different person. It wasn't Seonwon. It's just a completely different person. She said she heard someone call Seonwon's name and finally found her after going from one playground to the next. It was a boy, probably the girl's brother. He was telling her to wait right here, Seonwon. She didn't tell me anything else, but I can guess what happened. Min Young must have gone and brought her back, like a mother picking up a child who's gone out to play. That girl was so sweet too, calling my daughter auntie. Sorry, detective, I really am. I should have called right away, but then I couldn't bear to do it, not until you paid that visit. After you dropped by, I was terrified, my hands were shaking, and I found myself dialing a number, calling Seonwon's father. I told him that Min Young seemed to have brought home a stranger's child, and pleaded with him to get the girl back to her parents, right. I would cause a diversion, I said, so he could get the girl away from Min Young. I know she may not be well, but I didn't want my daughter to end up a kidnapper. I was being shameless, I know. I understand now. Okay, I know exactly what I was doing, detective, but until Seonwon's father turned himself in, even though he's done nothing wrong, I thought we could act as if nothing at all had happened, sweep it all under the rug, knowing full well that Seonwon's father is just as precious a child to his parents as Min Young is to me. Oh, that's so sad. Not being contrite, you're lying to me. Instructed for the kidnapping. Okay, so we're still missing some things. How Seonwon's grandmother instructed for the kidnapping. positive version. Playground. Damn. When did Ms. Song Minyoung set out to find Seowon? It must have been when she got the notice saying Seowon was due to start elementary school. It pushed her completely over the edge. We got the notice from City Hall last December. I check most of Minyoung's mail before she does detective. We have no idea what might have set her off. But this notice about Seowon starting school, my heart nearly stopped. I had no idea that they never report her death. There it was on the document, Seowon's name printed clear. I couldn't only imagine how it would make Minyoung, yeah. No, I'm sorry, detective. I'm not the victim here. I don't deserve to wallow in pity like this. I can only apologize. At the time, I balked. I was so frozen and Myung saw me and I read the notice. She looked so happy. She smiled so brightly. I hadn't seen her so delighted and well. Must have been years. The pre-entrance day was at the end of December and Min Young's insisted we had to go out and get Seowon's uniform fitted. Oh my god. That's so sad. Fussing about getting all her shots and picking up school supplies and wondering why Seonyeon was taking so long to come home. That's when it started, I think. We went around all the local playgrounds looking for Seowon. Oh my god. I'm tearing up because this lady is clearly really like mentally not okay, but she's just in denial for her infant child passing. That's so sad. My god. I mean, we're almost at the end here, right? Seowon is, I guess, alive. I still don't know how to answer this question. I'm not entirely sure. The reason the English teacher needed funds? Wasn't like anything, right? Reported Seowon missing. Saw that boy double. Needed funds. Taking so close to that boy. Brought her with me. I got scared. I didn't know. I asked her parents for a ransom. That's how it was. I was afraid and decided to stop. Nothing more. Oh, key reason the English teacher needed funds. Okay, what's the problem? Still had milk for her baby. It was gone. These kids does low cheese. Put all my weight into each stroke of the pen. Every last one. I dug her away. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Needed the money. So, this is the delusional mother. This is the actual father of Seonyeon. This is the delusional mom. This is the bio dad of the dead child with Seowon's mother. These two are completely unrelated to actual, like, completely unblood related to the person that was kidnapped. And the grandmother was looking out for her daughter because she very clearly was distressed from, giving birth, and then unfortunately the child, being very premature, passed away. And oh my god, that's so sad. I still don't know how to answer this question. And no end of trouble since I was pregnant. Takes after her father. She was born premature. Doctor scared us every time we went in for a checkup about how one thing could go wrong. Always knew she'd always be right. No need to worry. Thank you for checking in. I think the rest is ready. Would you like to join us for food, detective? You remember me? Detective, I'm scared. Please hurry. She's gone. Seowon is gone. She was just at the playground and was never one for a prayer. No matter how deep you dug, he said the spade would never. No. Wait, no. Was this the original father? The original father? Wait, I'm so confused. These two divorced, and then did they? Who divorced who? No, okay. These two people were married, and then they divorced because I guess she kind of went crazy. And then this is the actual father? Okay, I think I got it mixed up. This is the actual father. I'll have no, I'm so confused because I thought that like needing money to live. What do you mean key reason that you need to? Remember what I was thinking so close. Or no, is this just the person that was paid to kidnap them to give back to the actual parents? No, at least something to live for. You thought someone was better missing alive than dead? Anchor her to the world just like okay, she's grasping for a lifeline just like me. I know this sounds ridiculous, but whole reason I'm here I want to make a request. Please let someone live. Let her live forever somewhere else far away. Yourself, okay, okay. That's good enough. Don't look for my daughter anymore. Stop asking where she is. Keep her completely out of her mother's reach. Let her just live life somewhere. Okay, I'm still so confused. I don't know who the bio dad is or anything. I don't know how to answer this question. Only held her at least once. You can stay absentee list. Same thing you did, detective. My thing was that she was taking perfect care of my daughter. This is ridiculous. Key reason the English teacher needed funds. It's confusing to me because I feel like I would assume that just needing funds to be a good reason to need funds, because people need money to live. I don't know how else to explain that. I know it's kind of like redundant with the question. Child support payments? Oh my god, okay. Like a lot of fucking guessing. Where is someone now? She's with her family. I made sure she had something to eat for dinner before I dropped her off. Okay, yeah. Once I brought her to the playground where I first found her, she knew exactly how to get home. I rang the doorbell and stood at the entrance waiting for her parents. It was only a few seconds, but in that short time, I wondered again and again if I should just leave the girl there and run. Detective, I was being stupid. I was stupid to kidnap her, and I'm still being foolish now. Having to learn to feel guilty about it at all. The girl's father, he pulled the girl tight into his arms and wept. Oh. I knelt in front of him to apologize, but he bowed so low I thought he'd fall, and he thanked me. He thanked me for bringing her home safe. What I did was indefensible. I will accept my punishment. I know that won't make up for the suffering I caused their family, but I will live out the rest of my life in sincere contrition. Oh man. Oh man. You're not being contrite, you're lying to me? Oh, is there something more? Oh shit. You're lying to me? Who was around when Senyon was taken? What was she wearing and which direction did you take her? You couldn't answer any of these questions. Mr. Kim Gong-seok, the confession that you're the kidnapper, it could take away Ms. Song Minyon's chance to repent and seek forgiveness for herself. You can't wait for her to recover before setting things right. You know she'll be racked by guilt. Could you live with that on your shoulders? Your ex-mother-in-law is in the next room. She told us everything. Consider how she might feel having just reported her own daughter to protect you. You've been financially supporting your ex-wife's therapy all these years under the pretext of child support. This won't be much different. Just take a step back and support her from afar. She has a long battle ahead of her being treated in custody. Oh my god, detective. Where did it all go wrong? Did I mess up from the beginning? Seon-won's name. I never should have given her that name. Now do you understand why Kim Seon-yeol is still missing to this day? Oh my god. It was to give that mom purpose. Great work, ma'am. Now you remember everything. Do you understand why Seon-yeol's case was not solved after all this time? Thank you for telling me that she came home safely. That I didn't doom a little girl to her death. Thank you truly. I remember how surprised I was when I first saw this case. Everyone involved was lying for one reason or another, whether it was to protect a loved one or to keep a promise to someone important. And what about you, Your Honor? Are you keeping a secret from someone just like me, them? Actually, yes. For your sake. Huh? Cold case detective? The cold case team doesn't usually take on cases like Seon-won's. The police get more than 20,000 missing child reports every year. The cold case team just doesn't have the capacity. One quiet disappearance in a sea of violent unsolved cases. No one would have spared the case a second thought, but I couldn't tear my eyes away. Not when I saw that name. What? Her name was Kim Seon-won, and your name is Chua? That's Seo for rhinoceros and Won for origin. Just like me. We're the same age too. Oh, that's the original. Wait, you can't mean. Ma'am, look at my badge. It's me, Choi Seon-won. The missing girl you found. There's a true ending. There's a true ending. Oh. It's me, Choi Seon-won. Please don't cry, ma'am. Are you really her? Are you really Seon-won? I'm so sorry. I failed you completely. Don't say that, ma'am. I'll always be grateful to you. I don't deserve your gratitude. I never found you. That's only technically true. You remember what Kim Seon-won's grandmother said, right? Here, I even have a copy of her testimony. Senior Inspector Jeon Kyung's visit was the reason I was sent back home. But I was only following protocol, just doing my job. Ma'am, I'm an adult now, and I know what work is like. No one followed that protocol back in the day, and they still don't. But you were different. You carried out your duties to the letter, even though you could have slacked off and been perfectly covered by paperwork from City Hall. That's the reason I made it back home. After all these years, I tracked down all the people involved in the case one by one. I spoke with Kim Seon-won's family, my father, my brother, and my dear mother, Hye-jung. Everyone asked me to pass on their thanks to you. Oh, that's why the caregiver's mom is because they're actually mom and not... Okay. This isn't my first time visiting you, you know? Miss, I turn a blind eye to the suffering of so many people in my career. You might thank me, but I still... Alright then, let's do this. I'll set aside time for you later, some time to look back and blame yourself and feel guilty over everything. But right now, we're racing against the clock. It took longer than I expected to piece your memories back together. This isn't our first conversation, is it? Then you know what my mind has been being constantly bleached. What could possibly be more important? That's exactly the reason I need your help before these memories disappear again. Remember Song Min Young, the woman who took me away and reported her daughter missing? She was sentenced to 1 year of treatment, institution custody, wasn't she? Are we the woman? Yes, the sentence ended ages ago, but she's still in custody. But how? Once you're institutionalized, you can't be discharged without special approval, and Song Min Young hasn't been granted a single psychiatrist's evaluation. Don't you think she needs our help? Tell me, miss. Does that mean you're forgiven, Song Min Young? This isn't about forgiveness, ma'am. It's abundantly clear, even for a purely bureaucratic perspective, that we need to do something. One's case is still marked as open, and no case should remain unsolved. I hope I don't have to redo all of that to get the true ending. Cold case solved, uncover the truth. I need 2 keys to unlock the true ending or whatever. Oh my god. I didn't expect to cry for this game. I mean, I didn't. I teared up a little bit. So, yeah, no, the brother and the sister were from a different family, and another family was... Oh my god, it's so sad. And you, and viewers like you. Oh god, that's so sad. I don't completely understand it still, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why there's trial version on the bottom right of my screen either. I kind of noticed that like 30 minutes in. Damn. Damn, okay. Can we resume? Yeah, okay. Let's resume. And okay. If this game makes great. Okay. So confirmation that someone is alive. This English teacher. Where is it? It's at the bottom, I think. Oh no, it was at the top somewhere. Contrite. Right. There. Someone alright? She says she had a great time at Auntie's house, and that when she said she missed me, she was brought straight back to home. I'm sorry I didn't contact you sooner. I knew you were out there searching, but I was caught up in the moment. I didn't ask any questions. All I knew was that my daughter was gone for 3 days, but now she was back. And I know this sounds strange, but all I could say was thank you over and over again. I could bow 100 times over and it wouldn't be enough. Sailon's back, completely unharmed, and that's good enough for me. Honestly, sometimes it's just like that, right? Detective Sailon is, well, she's been hurt in the past, and I can only blame myself for adding yet another wound to her young heart. Tell me, didn't that man surrender to the police? Okay. The achievement, I don't know if you can see. The achievement was Xiaowon is alright. After the question, is she alright? Alright, we need 2 keys. And I'm not particularly interested in spending too much time organizing these. So we're kind of just gonna scroll through them really quickly. This is the one with the contrite at the end, right? Or you're not being contrite? Yeah, we're gonna scroll this all the way to the top. There we go. And then, it's at the very top. No. Okay, so something is still out of order. Okay. All my responsibility. All business as usual. Been divorced for about 5 or 6 years. It's been a big charge. Okay, so there's still something that is for Shin Young. I think it might be my fault. She's gone. I was in the hospital for a long time after I had Seowon. Couldn't care for her because I was bedridden. But since we both spent so much time... So this is 2 different missing person reports for the same person, essentially. Keep calling him, but he won't pick up. Wait, so is this the... Granny? No, it's not. Because now this person that's covering for the lady that's like mourning the first down one, because I mean it's not her child. It was this lady, right? A few days ago, he went. But this would be at the end, right? Maybe this is the mom. The crazy mom. No. All right. No. That's probably... the grandmother? Maybe? I'm kind of just guessing and checking at this point. I think Myung-ho is like completely done. I think it's just I don't know. Keep calling him, but he won't pick up. He won't pick up. It's not out of the ordinary. We only meet for her birthdays. This is an emergency. His own daughter is missing. Detective, I was texting him on that day you came from the police station. Okay, so this is the mom. Yeah, that's the mom. That was a guess. Okay. You know, playing there. I saw that boy a few days ago. He went from playground straight to the store. I remember wondering why Xiao Wang was sticking so close. To that boy. Why do you ask, detective? Does that boy have something to do with the case? I actually don't know. This is the teacher. Yeah. That's by accident. It isn't wheelchair accessible, so Hidra has to take the kids on her own. Wait, recently they've been only going to that one playground. Hidra said the kids asked to go there today too. If only they'd gone to the other playground. On the way back, they'd sometimes drop by the stationery store near the complex entrance. Place called. Okay. Is this the mom? I guess not. Playground. Where do we see them talking about a playground? Assistant detective, financial trouble. That girl Goxian confessed to taking? Expecting delivery man. Okay, so this has to be on the top. This was before everything. And then, what was it? Difference between these two things. Okay. That's why she's always so hard to find. I had to scour out all playgrounds to find her. Have any favorite playgrounds? So this is the mom. There. No? The playground, a playground connection? So I had to scour all the playgrounds to find her. Does someone have any favorite playgrounds? All puzzles on our table. Get off your chair and do something where maybe this is the mom. The grandmother rather. Yeah. Grandmother. No? Don't want to see this boy when you went to the playground to find Xiaowan. Saw that boy a few days ago. There. Playground to playground. And then what is this? It's alright again. Was there anything unusual about Xiaowan's activities today? Is this the dad? 2 playgrounds in the area. Yeah, it is the dad. We're almost done. Just got a little bit of a few odd ends. I don't know. I'm kind of just guessing at this point. There we go. Is this the grandmother? Yes, that's the grandmother. I think we're done. That's everyone, right? Yeah, that is everyone. That's the entire plot. All right. Let's see the true ending. Great work, ma'am. Now you remember everything. Do you understand why Sion1's case was never solved around after all this time? Thank you for telling me that she came home safely, that I didn't doom a little girl to her death. Thank you, truly. I remember how surprised I was when I first saw this case. Everyone involved was lying for one reason or another, whether it was to protect a loved one or to keep a promise to someone important. And what about you, Your Honor? Are you keeping a secret for someone just like me? Actually, yes, for your sake. Yes, let's open it. Madame? A secret I've been keeping for your sake. It's been 12 years now. 12 years since the case. And since I retired from the missing persons team. 12 long years? What? I knew it! I fucking knew it in the beginning! That this was our past version of ourselves. I was busy for the first 5 years. A lawyer friend asked me to take on a paralegal job. It was hard work, getting used to a new position at that age. But I suppose that would only be an excuse. The truth is, I thought I'd resolve things well enough, a decent end for everyone involved. Wait, what do you mean? I'd put the case out of my mind for so long, or you were still chained helplessly to that lie I told. Each painful day of your life stretched out into years. I'm so sorry I'm late, Ms. Song Minyoung. I don't understand. Are you trying to deceive me? Your ex-husband couldn't make it today, but I'm Jung Young. Oh, she has really. So this is the detective. Yeah, okay. I had accidentally guessed that the detective was us, but I thought he was talking to ourselves, and that this lady. The first time we had that ending, I figured that this lady was, what's it called? The crazy lady. Oh, I don't want to call her crazy. That's kind of. It's not very fair to her, honestly. It's a matter of circumstances, right? The lady that like had a child, and unfortunately the child didn't make it. I think past 108 days. So it was kind of right. But I'm Jung Kyung because he's at the rally outside the Human Rights Commission. I'm the one who retired from the force. I'm the one who was racked with guilt. You lived out your sentence years ago. The one who tried to die. Yeah, Ms. Song Minyoung. Okay, I got it right. I guessed correctly for the wrong reason. And I think the first ending was her copiuming, and the second ending is, or the ending that we just saw is the true ending, which is like what actually happened. Miss Song Minyoung, each time we revisited these memories, you became someone else. At times, you became Sion1, searching for her mother. Today, you became a detective, despairing at her failure to find the little girl. I'm Song Minyoung. We have been having this conversation again and again for months now. Just like you said, those conversations you remembered were real. The only difference is that I was the one who heard those exchanges, not you. The memories we unearthed today are a mix of your personal experiences and your memories of everything I told you, and you pieced together those fragments determining who said what and where, but you haven't quite found out who was doing the listening. It's time to put the final puzzle piece in its place, complete the mirror that will show who you really are. Minyoung, let's get you out of this place. Let me get you to a doctor, somewhere you can get proper treatment. I can help you. Ms. Song Minyoung? But if you're really me, if you're really Jung Kyung, why? Why go so far when you're not even on the force anymore? That's the same question I once asked Xiao-Wan. Let me give you the same answer she gave me. Xiao-Wan's case is still marked as open, and no case should remain unsolved. they really had to like milk the what's it called? They had to really milk the saying the title at the very end as the very last thing, the first thing and the last thing. They really had to do. Oh my god. Okay, it was a good game. I like how they made it a little bit more literal, where it was like, you piecing together everything was legitimately like you playing as a character with whatever mental illness. I wouldn't know the name. I think there's like what DID, dissociative identity disorder, with, from my knowledge of things, is like variability of it being real, and not that people don't suffer from something like that, but there's some, from my understanding, at least in the DSM-5, there's some. Every man for himself is a philosophy that seems to be increasingly prevalent in our world. We live in an age where the law of the jungle is seen as given, a feeling raging and hate across society. So I would like to express my heartfelt support for those who resist, those who withstand democracy and condescension, taking in their heels for what is right. I made this game with faith that when we show kindness to others for no benefit of our own, we bring about change in a world of stagnation in the course of people's lives. It is my hope that this game brings encouragement for the jellyfish of the world still drifting in a sea of loneliness. A message from Somi. Well, yeah. Thank you for playing. There's some, it depends on who you ask, I guess, but from what I've learned, dissociative identity disorder is a little bit dubious when it comes to a diagnosis, only because apparently people who allegedly had it had therapists or psychologists or whatever that kind of made them like think in that way. I don't know how to explain it other than like it wasn't naturally produced, as it was coerced into people who had something like maybe like Alzheimer's or like dementia or whatever, like early onset stuff or whatever. Like they were very manipulatable or easy to be influenced, and that's why DID is a little bit dubious. But again, I'm sure there are still definitely people who have similar crises, especially if they're having trouble recollecting and stuff. But this is really cool. I really liked. I always enjoy how these games I've been playing have some kind of UI element that then feeds back a little bit into the game itself, right? I forget what it was for 1000 times resist, but until then, there's that clock for the loading screen that like rewinds backwards to like really symbolize that you're going back in time to the real start of everything. What was in 1000 times resist? I'm trying to remember. It had something to do with like near the ending. But anyways, and in this game, it was like you're literally, your memories are fragmented. You don't remember who said what, and so on and so forth. Thank you for playing. It was a fun game. I don't know how good it was to have as a VOD, but I wanted a shorter game to kind of just fit the space in between. That's cute. All right. Well, that's it for this. Thank you guys for watching, and the next game, ooh, I can tell you guys. The next game is a Space for the Unbound. I'm excited to play that one as well. All right.